Hey guys, it's Jordan here. I'm with Omar of WholeMars catalog, right?
What's up?
And we have Joey in the backseat. Omar's here for what? You're for a vacation or something like that, pretty much?
Yeah, see my sister.
Cool. So I figured we would go on the Chat GPT Grok Drive and just like have the worst time of our lives, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
let's see it. Things are pretty crazy right now. The Uber driver was like, "What the fuck is going on here in Manhattan right now? It's so crowded."
Yeah, the summer is like pretty brutal, and it's really backing up.
All right, so we got an AI4 Model X here.
Yeah, AI4 Model X.
All right. Wow, this is an interesting move it's making
Yeah,
here to
what?
get out.
Does it think this Model Y is parked? Is that why it's
Or maybe
doing
it's
this?
parking. Maybe it's like, fuck, let me give up.
Yeah, just gave up. The whole ride is already over. There we go.
I think it wanted to make sure it had enough room to get out.
Yeah, I think so. There we go. I have like pretty high risk tolerance, honestly, for letting it do its things.
So far, this is pretty smooth. This is a really smooth car, especially compared to the 3-in-Y.
Yeah, I usually keep it in the like autopilot locked suspension. Where is it? The suspension, yeah, it's just an auto. So
nice.
But yeah, the air suspension's not too bad. Works pretty good.
What are we in now? Standard or hurry?
Well, just because we came off the curb, I don't think it's set or it hasn't gone into the speed profile yet. But we'll drive in hurry. I don't care, as long as we.
Yeah, I feel like you need to be in a hurry to make it around here, but maybe not. Maybe that might be too many lane changes.
On the FSD or on the FDR portion of the drive, it's terrifying on hurry mode. It like drives 65 and the lanes are like 3 feet wide.
Okay, I'm ready to be terrified.
Joey, have you driven on the FDR with FSD before or no?
Yeah, I have. I went all the way from Queens all the way up to I was on it for like 5 minutes going to the GW bridge.
Yeah.
This was at like 1 a.m.
Yeah, it's different. It's different than now.
Yeah.
The rush hour traffic is brutal.
So where are we headed?
So we're gonna go all the way down into the financial district. It's just like Chinatown area.
Okay, Chinatown.
And then we're gonna go from Chinatown onto the FDR, which this is like one of the worst sections of the FDR. Then we're gonna loop around the Bull, which I saw you were there today.
Okay.
That's a horrible area.
One of my favorite landmarks.
Horrible area to drive because people like crowd into the street.
Right? Yeah.
I've had to tap the accelerator a few times there. And then we'll go up over the Brooklyn Bridge, drive in downtown Brooklyn for a few minutes.
Oh shit!
And then we'll get on the Manhattan Bridge coming back, and then we'll go back through Chinatown, and then I'll drop you off kind of where you gotta go.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, this is pretty much as complicated as a drive as you can get.
Yeah, I mean, so far I'm pretty impressed. It's comfortable. It's better than the Uber I was just in.
Oh my god, the Ubers and the cabs, they suck.
Do you take Tesla Ubers? Have you?
Yeah, I try to when I can, but this one was just a Toyota.
I honestly get sick in the Tesla Ubers because the Uber drivers,
a lot of them don't know how to drive them.
They got the TLC license,
right?
Like just because they need an electric car.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to use regenerative braking, so they just jam the brakes, jam the gas.
Yeah, that's what everyone says online.
It's horrible.
About Ubers in New York.
Holy
They're
crap.
like, no one wants them.
Yeah. No, it's like an ongoing meme, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I like them because if you're late, sometimes you get there a little faster if you get a Tesla Uber.
Fair
but
enough. There you go. That's
yeah.
good. Should not go through that. That like cuts barely into the lane.
I mean, it's doing so well. We aren't even
like,
thinking about it. We're just talking.
I know, right?
It's handling all these little subtleties perfectly.
As we drive through probably one of the most busy areas. Like, this is a complicated situation.
Okay, here we got a cab that's loading.
It's got to slow down. Oh, it saved itself because the light changed.
But yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting it to work really at all here, just because there's so many pedestrians, cyclists, cars.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I saw the video you guys had. That was nuts. Yeah, but the pedestrian situation is wild. V11 days on unusable.
Yeah.
It was so scared. You just get honked at. V12, kind of okay. It was more of a party trick.
Yeah.
I actually just let it drive now fully in the city, though.
Yeah.
This is, 13.2.9 probably? Yeah, we're on 20.3, 13.2.9.
Yeah, it's really getting there. And now they got 13.3 coming.
Supposedly, right?
Yeah.
Is it actually 13.3, or are we going to jump to like 13.7?
No, I think it's going to be 13.3 next. I think that's what the Robotaxis are going to run.
Okay, that's good.
And then 14.
Right, and that's what Elon's claiming is the like 4x model scaling again, right? And they
so that should get a lot more intelligent. But honestly, I can't really imagine it getting that much better. But yeah, like in California, it'll go parking spot to parking spot with no touch.
Yeah.
Here in New York, there's a lot more challenging scenarios.
I let it drive all the way out to the Hamptons on Long Island. It's like 100 miles. Yeah. I actually don't touch the wheel a single time from the time I leave my apartment. It's getting so dangerous because I'm actually falling asleep while I drive at this point.
Yeah, shit. That's what the camera's for.
I know, right? It does beep at you. I've like tested closing my eyes with like my wife in the passenger seat to make sure that like it will beep and it totally will. It'll totally annoy you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's like kind of in between the lanes here because there really are none.
Yeah. But this guy's kind of in between the lanes too, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, right. Jeez.
I mean, you can't necessarily just stick strictly to the lanes, but yeah, I feel like getting out of the city is probably a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But within Manhattan and Brooklyn, that's where it's really challenging.
I had FSD take me all the way from downtown Manhattan to Queens, and then all the way to New Jersey, no issues.
Wow.
That was like a 90-mile drive.
Yeah, so I mean, looking at this, it's like, you know, are they 100% ready to do Robotaxi here? Probably not with this version.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You know, 14 or 15, I think they'll probably be able to start doing it.
Yeah,
they're not that far off. You know, I'm not seeing anything here where it's like, oh, that's a showstopper.
No.
They're not going to be able to handle this, or they're not going to be able to handle that. And I mean, if you can handle this city, you can probably handle any city in the country.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably New York City and Chicago are the two toughest places, I think.
I think they mentioned that they're going to do some sort of like model localization.
So we got a construction barrier here.
Pretty shady, holy crap. Very tight.
It's offsetting well.
Yeah.
Perfect. You don't even have to think about it.
You can see how relaxed I am. I literally sit with my arms crossed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're supposed to do some sort of model localization is what Elon or someone had mentioned, I think.
Yeah.
That would be a huge deal for like these no right on red scenarios that the car still makes some mistakes on, and like
what I had.
All right, it looks like we got another stop car.
Yeah, it's gonna get over. It's gonna wait behind this because this, I think, Toyota's gonna be here. Ooh, is it just gonna try to cut in?
There's a car to our right, so it's waiting for that car, and boom, perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Couldn't have done it better myself. I mean, that might have been kind of stressful for me as a human driver, but it handled it well.
Yeah, it's. I like that they enabled the. But you don't have an S anymore. But I like that they enabled camera in the, I guess, instrument cluster display.
Yeah, that's really nice.
It's way better for these.
Yeah, situations. I saw that on my dad's S. It's really handy.
Yeah, it's definitely a big improvement.
Yeah.
See, some of these scenarios, you don't even realize the car used to make this mistake where they would see people getting close to the edge of the like the walkway.
Yeah.
And then it would just slam the brakes because it doesn't know if someone's gonna like jump out.
Yes.
But it's way more like understanding of New York City and like how close people get to the edges of the curbs and stuff. So this is our first like left-hand turn over traffic. But this is probably...
So there's a guy crossing the street.
This is like,
it's moving slowly, waiting for him to go through.
Yeah.
And boom.
It's
nailed
like
it.
Such child's play for the car.
Like a professional chauffeur.
Yeah.
Like someone who's been driving in New York City their whole life. I mean, yeah, that's a really important point you made because, yeah, in 11 or maybe even to some extent 12,
it
sees someone walking into the crosswalk like that, you're gonna get a concussion from just like it's slamming on the brakes. Yeah. Like, I remember, like, testing FSD in the early days, and I would just be exhausted, like, recording a video because, I would just slam on the brakes and do stuff like that. That subtlety of knowing the difference between I have to stop to avoid hitting this person and, okay, this person is just kind of walking out the way people do in a city, but I can proceed safely.
Totally.
That's a really fine line that's, you know, really requires human level judgment.
I think that's where their local models will make a difference too, because people like don't do this in certain places.
Yeah.
Like I know the Dirty Tesla drives a lot in Ann Arbor. I went to school in Michigan, so I always like his videos because he drives down those streets that I'm always on.
Right.
People don't act the same there as they do here. Like you have drunk kids running out across the street. They aren't paying attention to traffic laws. And there's no traffic lights in like the downtown, so like pedestrians just act totally like they act just different by virtue of the way the area is set up, but also just because people are stupid and kids are crazy. So this is another good scenario here. Like, so you have this woman who's barely paying attention.
We're making a right turn. We got people crossing the street. We got a guy on a bike.
And then we have the right lane blocked, so it's got to cut to the middle lane too. And I like that it does this too, where it figures out how to get out of like the lane where it's stuck behind another car.
Yeah.
It just does it.
And it does it really fast.
Yeah.
Before you even can lift your hand to hit the turn signal, it's done it.
Yeah, it's like flip-flop. Yeah, back and forth. Yeah, we're going to get into some pretty like super congested area as we go through like the NYU. This is like Washington Square Park right here. So it's like NYU's all college dorms and stuff. And then as you get into Chinatown, the roads get... I don't come down here on purpose unless like I'm making a video because it's no fun.
Oh, and it said speed camera ahead. That's pretty useful. Hopefully it can incorporate that in and out speed.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Cameras too.
It's hard to speed in Manhattan.
And look, there's cyclists literally right to our left.
Yeah.
There's cars, there's buses, there's another guy pulling out into the bike lane. It's slowed down just ever so subtly.
Yeah, look at this guy. He's like half in and out of the bike lane. So it's got to ride behind him a little bit because there's no choice.
And again, it's not slamming on the brake. It's just slowing down a little bit and going around him once it's got some room on the right side.
It's pretty crazy, right?
Like a pro. It's amazing.
It's way less scary than being in the cab in New York City.
Yeah, honestly, you're right. It so is. I mean, those New York City cab drivers are pretty intense, you know?
Yeah, they're like psychotic.
I mean, can you imagine driving in this all day? It'd be stressful, right? I'd probably drive like that too.
Yeah, it's you know, I'm a pretty seasoned New York City driver without you know, using full stop driving, and the moves it pulls off.
Here's a guy going across the street on a green light.
Yeah, it's crazy, and this guy's like got his ass of the car out, then he's got to go around it slightly. It drives significantly better than I could.
Yeah. I couldn't do that smoothly.
Yeah. Doesn't get annoyed.
The way it just kind of like gradually slows down. It doesn't come to a full stop. It doesn't slam on the brake.
Is that a real beast?
That's a cyber beast.
I think that's a fake cyber beast.
Oh, you just put the beast on the back.
Isn't the etching on the right-hand side?
Oh yeah, I think so, yeah.
And it's not a raised thing like that. Wow.
Ah, what a poser. Fake cyber beast.
You don't see it on the right side?
Be proud. No. Be proud of your long-range Cybertruck. There's nothing wrong with the long range. That's what I have.
Yeah, right? That's I can't believe all the stuff they took away from, what is it, the rear-wheel drive one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even like a real Cybertruck anymore.
Yeah.
No light bar.
I wouldn't want that one.
Neither would I.
I think it's good for like if you were a fleet owner or something like that, if you're just, you know, moving stuff around or something like that.
Yeah, it's a work truck.
Yeah.
It's still a little expensive for a work truck, but it's a work truck. Situation too. There's no overhead traffic lights over here, but there's this one random traffic light that it's reading.
Yeah.
And it's got to do this, and it just goes, look at that.
Beautiful.
And then people pull off the curb in the middle.
Yeah, people are just jumping out in front of you.
Yeah, the drive is about to get a lot more complicated. This is like the worst
downtown
area of the city.
where things get pretty crazy, because the roads are like horse and carriage type roads.
Yeah, right. Everything is pre-grid.
Yeah.
This is what...
It'll be tough.
Yeah, Cybertruck in Manhattan's a little tough.
Yeah.
The parking garage is going to cost you $1,500 a month.
Oof.
And then you have the 3 Performance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's going to cost you the whole car payment in just parking. All right, so now we're starting to get to a little crazier. This is like into Chinatown now.
Nice.
So what's interesting is the bike lane is bifurcated here too.
Yeah, I waited for the cyclist. That was nice. Well, hopefully with Robotaxi, that starts to be solved. Maybe you won't have to park anymore, right?
Yeah.
You'll just be able to have a car subscription and call it, or you could send it out to New Jersey to park maybe.
Yeah, that's really what I'm hoping, because...
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it'd be cool. You could just like...
That could save you a fortune. Without even giving anyone rides.
That'd be a genius idea. You like buy a lot in the middle of like an outskirts part of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And you just park people's Robotaxis. So
seriously,
the car has like a barcode on it. It could scan in and out of like a locked gate, almost like the Waymo depot, but for like, you can lease a spot.
Yeah.
That would be a great idea. Like fleet parking.
Yeah, that'd be huge. And I mean, just think about eliminating all the parking space from the whole country.
Yeah, oh boy.
Like, so much parking is, yeah, wow. A lot of people here. So much parking is just, right in the best real estate.
Yeah.
Think about the value of that real estate if the car can just go drive off a couple miles by itself.
Right. They just... I think it smartly does something that it used to never do, which is it sees a red light, it understands that it has so much time to get there. Instead of just like going 20 miles an hour and tapping the brake,
it used to do that.
Creeping up.
It would just accelerate all the way and then just brake. Now it's like calm, it's cautious. It's probably also looking at all the people and going, okay,
yeah,
someone could pop out. I should probably be driving at this speed. It's really intelligent, and the crazy part is how they didn't tell it to do any of that, right?
Right.
Because they're never going to be able to program in all the rules of every city in the world.
That's what they tried to do.
Right.
It was not good.
Yeah. But I feel like they kind of needed to try that and see it not work.
Yeah. To
arrive at this much more simple and elegant solution.
All right, so this is crazy. So this guy is illegally crossing the street.
Yeah. Which happens a lot here.
Yes. People just think they can like time it out.
You can't just take the green light at face value here.
No, definitely not. I'm going to let it pull over behind this Toyota and see if it will stop.
Let's see what it does.
This is like, it really can't
park. We got a guy with a samurai sword in his backpack and no shirt. But he's out of the way now, okay.
It's really
looks like it's pulling over.
Let's see if it just pulls.
It's being a little hesitant.
Yeah, but this is like really a little pretty sketchy. Oh, it's because there's a guy walking like right behind the car.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
It's gonna back against the curb.
That's why he was being hesitant and wanted to back up. Wow, that is sick. Wow.
So just straight up parallel park.
Yeah. And that's pretty new. I feel like it only started doing that with like 13.2.9.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the first
Drive 1, 0 interventions.
This is gonna get way harder really fast.
I'm ready for it. Let's give it some challenges.
So the question is it gonna back up right now?
All right, we got a big ass truck waiting for us.
It's gotta go fast, otherwise the trunk's gonna honk.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
I have such a high tolerance for it. Oh, there's a person right there on a bike. Look at this.
Yeah, there's a person. That's okay.
That's crazy.
Perfect.
I told you, these areas, people have no regard.
That's smart, it's being careful. It's saying, hey, I don't know which way this guy's gonna go.
Yeah.
I don't think he was going the way. He was kind of just going behind us, but it was like, okay, maybe he'll go to our left, maybe he'll go to our right. All right, let's take an opportunity at the yellow light. Very good. Beautiful.
That's such a complicated intersection too.
I don't think I could drive in Manhattan as well as this thing.
Yeah. There were times in the past where I used to like hover to be smart and, you know, okay, like the car's gonna be stupid, I should be prepared for it to do the stupid thing.
You had to, yeah.
Not anymore. Yeah, there's a.
This is nice. We're moving along. It feels so smooth.
I like that it goes through the stale yellows in the city too.
Me too.
People behind you will be pissed.
Yeah.
If you try to stop in that situation.
Same in LA, and more than that, I get pissed.
Yeah.
When it stops at a yellow light, I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I agree. People like the problem that we will always have is, especially when people are still in like the supervised mode, is people's preference will always result in people being annoyed one way or the other.
Right.
To you and me, that's a good like opportunity to go through a yellow light. But someone in middle America who's drives slow.
Yeah, this is like what's so powerful about just sort of the end-to-end model, because a programmer who's being responsible would program, if brake. You see yellow, stop. But if you learn from humans,
no one does
another cyclist on a green light, no problem, no issue.
Doesn't even think.
Yeah, it just didn't accelerate, and it was fine.
This is sketchy.
Okay, we got some guys loading some stuff. Looks like
we got to go over the double yellow line to drive here, but it's doing it totally fine.
It did it just enough, not too much.
Right. This is totally reasonable driving behavior. So now we're getting into the worst driving conditions. We're going to do one loop here, and we're going to get on the FDR, and we're going to get on the Brooklyn Bridge.
All right, let's do it.
But yeah, the driving conditions, you're right, because you were saying...
when you learn from humans, it just picks that stuff up.
Right, exactly.
It does what a human does. It coexists with everybody else.
So this is interesting here. It's got to make a right. The right lane's being blocked by this Verizon truck. You can't make a right from the left lane here legally. But I guarantee you that every person in this situation would make the right from the left lane.
Exactly. That's the thing about driving. When you try and program in these hard and fast rules, there's all these exceptions. There's you can't make a right turn from this lane, but if the lane is blocked, then maybe there's something you can do.
Yeah, look at this. This lane is blocked from this. There's construction keeping you from... So if we were going straight, it would have to get into the opposing side. There's no curb on the right side.
So it's got its blinker on. It's following the guy in front of us.
This is, I mean, it has a car.
And then now we got a guy over the line here, double parked. Two guys double parked.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Beautiful.
It's not even stressful.
Yeah, I don't think people realize what a big deal this is. If this is already starting to work in Manhattan, they're going to be able to launch a nationwide autonomous car service.
Absolutely. I think it's all edge casing at this point for what do you do when you get to your destination and there's nowhere to park? What do you do when you get to your destination and you are in a crowded area like Chinatown? Like, you actually can't stop there for more than like 40 seconds.
Right.
The car's got to yell at the pedestrian or the person in the car, like, get out right now.
Yeah.
Look at this. This person doesn't know how to drive.
I know. They need FSD.
What are they doing? They don't understand. That's letting this person go because we have the stop sign. This is a rare part of New York City where there's actually stop signs. So
compare how the computer did to the guy in front of us.
Yeah, way better. Oh yeah, I told you we were going to go down some stupid directions. So this is Stone Street Tavern. It's one of the oldest, I think, bars in New York. It's pulling over on the left side over here because technically you can't pull over on the right.
That was pretty smart. It saw this car.
Just kind of like tucked its butt in. I don't know what it's going to do. Is it going to like back in?
Maybe it'll try and reverse. I don't know. Let's see.
Object and path detected. Oh, it is backing up.
That's nice. It's trying to get out of the way. I don't know if it's
not going to be able
to get into the spot here.
It's got to pull its front in and then pull its back in. There's no way. And the cyclist going by at the same time. See, I told you I have too much patience.
No, this is good.
Oh, it's giving up. All right.
That could be a good spot, maybe.
Let's see.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
That's what it was doing. It's like, I can't fit.
I like that. It's like, okay, that was fucked. Let's try something else. Okay, right. I'll accept that. Let's give it the next destination.
All right, so now we're going...
All right, second drive, 0 interventions.
It's just the parking. It's just the parking.
Yeah, the parking seems to be a little challenging, but
I'm gonna
imagine, like...
I'm going to have to tap the pedal, I think, to get it to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're good. That was like the lightest.
You imagine it would, like, really... Right now, it's very confined to the pin.
Yeah.
When really what it should be doing is...
Drive around
circling the block or something, yeah. That's very much kind of an urban thing.
I'm surprised for the time being when they programmed the parking thing that they didn't just say, hey, we will invoke the auto park stack.
Right.
Just final like 10 feet. Just use the auto park stack and just actively act like you're just tapping you're with your finger.
Yeah, it is
like
interesting.
They could have just done it. It would have been easy for them.
Yeah. I think maybe they want to have the one model do everything, but
yeah,
it is kind of funny because sometimes it'll try and pull into a spot and it does like the worst parking job you've ever seen.
And
where
it's repark with the auto park.
Yeah, where it's like it's in 2 spots.
Yeah, I've had that happen when I went to a supercharger.
Yeah.
It backed up and it parked horribly like 3 times.
Yeah.
At
so
different locations.
When you put on auto park, it just nails it. But when you're on FSD and it's ending the drive, sometimes it'll just take up 2 spots.
Right. I know that the ultimate goal is to allow it to work on the one stack. But I thought for like the show and tell, they should have just changed it temporarily. Yeah. You know, I guess if they knew that it was going to be in 13.2 for it's been like what, 6 months now?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're probably working on stuff behind the scenes we haven't tried yet.
Oh, I'm sure.
But if they can get auto park to work, I'm sure they can get this model to figure out how to park too.
Totally.
We're seeing some good progress, like that parallel parking move.
Yeah.
That it did on the first stop.
Yeah.
And then even in the second stop, it got pretty close. It didn't quite nail that parking job. It was sticking its butt out into the street, but
yeah, it's got to get.
It's going in the right direction.
Right. Look at this. Look at this Rolls Royce with the suicide doors.
Damn. Don't want to hit those.
See, I'm going to have to tap the pedal here because I don't think the car is going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think because the door was open, it was probably expecting someone to get out, but they seem to just be hanging out there. I bet if you had just waited long enough, it probably would have continued. But
true.
Who has time for that?
Do I want to get honked at?
There's people behind us,
in downtown. This is Delmonico. It's a famous restaurant too in the city. It's like a steakhouse.
Yeah, it's so cool down here.
Yeah, like this is crazy.
Yeah,
especially with the Model X.
And the Model X windshield, you can just look straight up. I love that. Model X is honestly super underrated. This windshield is so cool.
Yeah, especially
when you're in a city like this.
Look how tight this is. There's no way it's gonna go.
Yeah, fuck.
I didn't touch the pedal. I just was about to. Oh, it's squeezing through here.
Holy shit.
That is a really tight squeeze.
Wow. I don't even know if I would have been that bold. That was impressive.
This is what I was saying about the like hand hovering, right? Someone's like
that guy's walking in the street. Yeah, perfect.
It's just scary down here. I wanted to do one section of this before we hit the bridge route.
This is like where our founding fathers were chilling and hanging out.
Yeah,
you know?
Literally. Yeah, like the original city hall is like a block from here.
Yeah. George Washington was walking down these streets at one point, and now we got self-driving cars driving through them.
Yeah, he had a full self-driving horse.
Yeah.
You tell the horse where to go.
Yeah.
So we got an ambulance, and now it's got to be patient. Let's see what it does. This is
not great visibility
terrible.
here.
It's got to creep.
Yeah.
It has to creep really far.
Yeah, I can't see whether pedestrians are coming. This guy's kind of unsure of what to do.
Yeah, he's unsure of himself.
But it did the right thing. It couldn't see. It creeped forward. It did it.
And then, see, this is also another scenario in New York, especially down here, is you have, because there's no traffic lights,
right?
You have people who cross the far side crosswalk, even though you already entered into the, into the intersection.
Right.
Which is a very weird scenario. So we got to go left here. This is also difficult. There's a cone in the middle of the lane. Go around the far side. Don't hit the cone, please.
Yeah, and you know what I really liked about that last moment too is, in the past, what it would do is it would stay on the other end of the intersection and wait for the intersection to clear.
You'll never clear it.
But yeah, but here in Manhattan, the intersection never clears. So it just slowly, crawled through the intersection, let people know that we're going, so they could kind of defer to you a little bit, and it made it through.
You have to force yourself through the situation. Yeah. If you don't do that, you'll just get stuck at the light or the stop sign forever.
Right.
There's another weird scenario. Like, there's these barricades. This is a stock exchange right here.
Yeah.
So.
And it's mind-blowing to me that not that long ago, it would have fallen on its face in that exact scenario. It would have never gotten across.
Yeah, totally.
And now it doesn't require an accelerator tap.
Yeah, literally crazy. I mean, even early versions of 13.2, like 13.2.1, 13.2.2, when I was making these videos initially in the city, there were times where I had to tap the accelerator.
Right.
I tapped it once to come off the curb, and what did I tap it once to go around the
Rolls Royce?
The Rolls Royce. But you know what? I rather the Tesla not shear off the doors of the $350,000 SUV.
Yeah, you don't want the bill for that.
Yeah, definitely not. I can't send it to Tesla yet either, which is the problem. So here's the charging bowl. It's got to go this way. This is the...
Beautiful.
There you go. This is so hard. It just went around this parked truck.
Wow.
Oh my God. Wow, this guy just jumped out. No, go.
Beautiful. I mean, that's the kind of thing where if the driver's not paying attention, this AI model could save someone's life.
Yeah, totally. That's like the real life scenario of the child runs out in the street, right?
Yeah.
See, a real person ran out in the street and the car didn't just run them over.
I mean, here in Manhattan, it's a daily occurrence. I saw the same thing happen yesterday. People just jump out of parked cars without any awareness of what's going on.
Yeah, look at this. So we got to go back into the narrow streets for a minute to get on the FDR. This is so bad. The streets.
The city's so beautiful, honestly.
It's a cool area.
Especially
really
in the Model X, just looking at everything. Yeah. This is a great way to tour around Manhattan.
I know, right?
This is what they should have, just FSD New York City tours in a Model X.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Like this right in front.
Oh, and then there's someone reversing.
Someone being psychotic. Oh my God.
And perfect. It slowed, it waited. Man.
That's crazy.
I'm impressed.
I've never seen it take this. This is a crazy route.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's go to Brooklyn.
So this is the FDR. It's actually not that crowded right now, so we're not going to get like an absolute miserable FDR experience, but it's got to get on the Brooklyn, get on here for a moment and then get back off at exit 2,
All right,
I think.
Changing lanes, very good. There's the Brooklyn Bridge. We're going to be on it soon.
Yeah, so let's see. So this is smart because even though it's 40 right here, there's a speed camera will grab you right here until you get to right here.
Interesting.
We've actually gotten pulled over on that small section. Not on full self-driving, but we have gotten pulled over on this before.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of speed cameras in California.
It's supposedly how they're supposed to pay for the roads, but I'm pretty sure they're just lining their pockets.
Yeah, the roads aren't that great still, so...
No. They suck. Especially like downtown, they're like unbearable. Wow, look at this ramp. You literally, if you go too fast, you just like launch yourself into the East River.
Seriously. Yeah, this is...
Oh boy.
It's nailing it.
I've never gone up this ramp before. Look at it go. It like did not go around the corner doing 65, which is good. Uh-oh. That's a wrong turn.
Uh-oh. Alright, let's see what it does. Let's see if it can salvage itself.
Does FSD make wrong turns in California? Because here it does.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's a mapping mistake for sure. It doesn't even tell you the lanes are split. That's why.
I mean, it kind of does look like it said keep right, but for whatever reason, it just didn't click for it. But let's see. I think it'll still be able to salvage it.
My guess
it'll reroute.
It will go, unless it's going to get on here instead. Oh wait, unless this is what it was doing. Oh, it's getting on the lower level.
Okay. Hey, there we go.
I wasn't sure. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like in the early days of FSD, if it missed a turn, it would like freak out and not know what to do, and you'd have to take over. Now, if it misses a turn, it's annoying, but it'll just fix itself. It'll get back on the route.
This is a tough merge.
Oh yeah.
Look, you have no space. We're in hurry mode. It should just do it, but it's definitely not going to do it now because we have a metal curb to our left.
Right. I think it follows the lead of the people in front of it a lot,
it's
too.
It's going to wait its turn. Let's see. It should go right now.
All right. Beautiful.
That's such a difficult merge.
I'm pretty sure I would have gotten lost following the navigation instructions.
Oh, totally.
I'd be headed to
Jersey City.
New Jersey instead of Brooklyn, somehow.
This is crazy. This is an area where FSD hits or misses, right? So we're the first one at a light. The light's red. In some cases, it will just decide to make the right on red here. But in this case, it's following the law. I don't know what dictates it doing it right. What dictates it doing it wrong? This is challenging too. Oh, this is our stop.
Great view of Manhattan from here. And people tell me...
Yeah, Grimaldi's Pizza right there. It's famous to the right.
What's so famous about it? Really good pizza?
Yeah. Wow, this is a crazy view too.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Holy cow.
You can see the World Trade Center.
Oh, I need a break for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, shit. So far, so good. I mean, we've had a couple accelerator presses, but that's about it.
We had one not to cut the doors off someone's car, and one to get out of a horrible spot that it put itself in, parked. This is actually kind of difficult to get off the curb here.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic coming.
Yeah, it's got to go really quick, and it's got to go right now. There you go.
Beautiful. All right, where to next? Another pizzeria?
No,
back in Manhattan?
We're going to take this...
Oh, we're going to take the Manhattan Bridge.
Yeah, we're going to take the Manhattan Bridge. But I figured it would be interesting to drive along the Brooklyn Promenade first.
Oh, yeah.
This is just like a pedestrian-heavy area, and it's just really pretty. Look at that.
Oh, someone's got a new Ferrari.
It's the Revel Ferrari.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the harder drives that I've done. Oh, it's a big pothole.
We got a guy getting out of his car.
It's going around him.
And, the pothole didn't phase it, right?
Yeah,
You'd think, the car makes it look easy.
Yeah.
But from a softer perspective, having the image just, jerk like that and still maintaining your trajectory...
Right, it's pretty
not
scary.
Trivial. And, there you had a garbage truck. It had to go a little bit on the other side of the road while there was a car coming.
Right. This is the BQE that... this is the BQE. See what I'm talking about? See how it's falling apart?
Oh, wow. Yikes.
Yeah, this is the triple cantilever section.
Huh.
Yes, but you're right. It's doing, all this stuff concurrently.
Yeah.
It's thinking through these scenarios and not... you think, okay, your computer, Safari will crash, whatever, you'll just like force quit it and start it again.
Yeah.
Like your car can't force quit in the middle of a drive.
Right.
I guess that's what the red hands is, right? It's just give up on its life.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen that yet.
No, I gotta say, I have not gotten red hands on V13 since 13.2.1.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the fuss about people complaining about like direct sunlight glare. I have the car with the biggest windshield, and we never have a problem.
Yeah, you know,
wants to go around this truck. Look at that. Nope.
I think it was thinking about it.
Yeah.
But then it thought better of it.
It peaked.
I think you can even see subtle things like the headlights and stuff like that. But, yeah, I think in terms of sunlight, I think some people have problems because there's an issue where the front camera can fog.
Right.
Between
they have to do
the windshield.
Cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was having a ton of red hands for sunlight when V13 shipped. And I was like, what's going on here? And then they wiped under my windshield. Never happened again.
Is that right?
Okay, so we got a flashing yellow arrow.
This is a very hard left.
That used to be something that confused it. It wouldn't be able to handle flashing yellow arrows.
It's doing it. But then there's...
All right, we got cars coming. We got a pedestrian coming.
It's got to yield.
Oh, this is a tough
really
one.
Tough.
It's got cars coming fast from the other side.
Oh, I'm curious to see how it handles this.
Okay, we got an opportunity.
It's got to go really fast. Oh,
that guy was starting to get annoyed. He gave us a couple honks,
but it wasn't our fault.
Yeah, that was good. I'm impressed.
See, that's a scenario where it's dangerous to be a human driver because my head is turned to the right, looking at the oncoming traffic.
Right.
And you also have to be looking to make sure that what exactly just happened doesn't happen, which is that the guy in front of you doesn't stop short.
Right.
I would have just hit the gas.
Yeah, or that a pedestrian isn't coming.
Move over the motorcycle.
That was... I didn't even see the motorcycle yet. I could hear it, but it was already moving over.
Yeah, that's crazy. Now we're on the upper level of the BQE. A short exit. It's got to get off here, I think.
Yeah, this is challenging.
Look at this. It's a curved exit.
Wow.
Wow. And then it's got to get off right here. It's got to tap the brakes really hard too.
Not easy.
Not an easy exit.
I probably would have missed that exit.
Yeah, look at this. And then it's got to go all the way around and get on the upper level of this bridge.
Wow.
This is actually super challenging.
If it can do this city, it can do anything.
Oh man, that's really difficult.
I gotta buy more Tesla stock.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Whoa, to an intervention.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, what?
Shit.
Damn it.
It's still recording though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, good. There was no intervention. The GoPro had an intervention from the windshield, but the car didn't have any intervention.
We will make sure that part does not get edited slow, so this way people don't realize or think that we cut the footage. All right, we're good. We're still recording. I've never seen that fall.
Yeah.
Wow. That was wild.
Guess it was just a big bump.
I think that the suction cup acts a little different in the summer than it does in the winter. Damn. up a tiny bit. As I literally mess with the GoPro as it goes through the most complicated like interchange, completely unscathed.
As it's driving into Chinatown.
Yeah, right? Jeez.
You're fixing the camera.
Yeah, there we go. We're good. We're good.
Very tight street here.
Oh, man.
We got people eating on the street. We got cars parked on both sides.
Yeah. This is so tight. It's going so slow. Come on. I'm going to take the destination out. I don't think we want to stop.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was actually doing. It was just parking in the middle because there's nowhere to park. All right. We're on the final leg.
All right. Let's see. Is it going to have an intervention in the last stretch? We got 2 more miles to go.
Yeah, right? The camera fell off before the car decided to do
before
something
the car
stupid.
made a mistake. Before the self-driving system had an error, the suction cup had an error.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. I guess I got to wipe the material.
Yeah,
this is
a pretty
interesting.
challenging left.
It's actually doing this intentionally so that it does not block the intersection.
Yeah, that's really clever.
This is something that like a seasoned New York driver would try.
Yeah.
Because it's got to literally bring itself all the way back over. I'm curious to
Right.
see what it does here. If it waits for it to be completely open and just swings, it's going to do exactly what I
And
thought.
that's the thing, again.
That's a really
programmed system
never get that.
would never think, an engineer would never think to program something in like that.
Yeah.
But watching humans, you pick up all those little subtleties.
So it is driving in the bus lane, which you're allowed to do for the first second after you come out of a turn. So that's totally legal what it just did. Look at this. This is so complicated.
Yeah, wow. The pedestrians, the skateboarder, the other car.
The fact that it has to negotiate which is actually the correct left. There's like 3 or 4 streets close to each other.
Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't think you would do this well. I thought we'd have, maybe an intervention or 2.
Yeah, me too. I think 13.2.9 is... all the versions take a little while to settle in. I actually truly believe that.
To marinate, that's what I say, yeah.
Yeah, and
needs to marinate.
This one is just an excellent version. I know some people have problems.
For some people, it's kind of, I think, introduce some new issues, but it takes time for them to kind of notice those issues and kind of settle everything in.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty much been a perfect version for me. Look at this guy just got cut off by this bike. And then this person's making a left at the same time.
Which then makes us stuck. Then we got this guy coming in.
Oh my God.
It handled it all naturally.
So crazy. Yeah, my hands got close to the wheel for 1 second when we went past the Rolls Royce. That was it. Look at this these people are literally making illegal turns over traffic.
Green light, they're crossing.
That's so not cool to do that.
I mean, it's probably happened 4 or 5 times in this drive. And
yeah.
It's never been an issue.
Oh, look at this. It wants to get away from this guy on the bike with his garbage can on his bike.
And I think the Suburban was going a little slow.
Yeah. I like driving in a hurry.
See, look, it anticipated. If it hadn't done that, we'd be getting stuck right now behind this guy.
Exactly.
And this guy's pulling over. It almost sensed.
Look, it's noticing this person's in the left turn lane. It wants to do it. It's just deciding because everyone's stopped. It doesn't know who's going first. Oh, look at it just did.
Oh, that was. it was like, okay, do I go into that lane? But then it aborted. It was like, no, let's stay in this lane. That is intelligence.
Yeah, that was good.
Trying to get us there quickly.
That's a hurry mode thing. I don't think it would have done that in standard.
If I was driving, I probably would have ended up getting stuck on the right. You know?
And then you'd be pissed. Oh man, I switched lanes.
Yeah, that was really sophisticated.
Wow.
That's just kind of a taste of what's to come as the model just gets more intelligent.
Yeah, this is like 6 months old at this point, pretty much.
Yeah, it's going to be able to make really nuanced, sophisticated driving decisions, thinking like 3 or 4 steps ahead.
Totally.
Further than any human can think ahead.
100%. 100%. It's not even a question in my mind anymore.
Yeah, and then just think about like all the Teslas we're seeing around New York City. I think I see like a Model S or something up there.
Yeah, Model Y.
Yeah, they're all going to be feeding data to each other. I know. Telling each other what they're seeing, which roads are under construction, which roads are fucked up, where traffic's backed up. Oh yeah, Model 3.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's the missing piece.
It's going to have information that we don't have.
Way better. Way better than any other driver network that will exist.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
People have no clue what is happening here and
Zero.
what's being built.
I think the best part of this all is all these Uber drivers who don't even pay for autopilot or don't pay for full self-driving, and they all are just driving on autopilot.
Yeah.
No, some of them don't even use autopilot.
I'm saying they don't even use autopilot. They just have it. It's just really stupid. Like, they have no idea.
It's like, hey, this could do your job for you.
It literally does.
And you'd probably get higher ratings too.
Much higher. Yeah, in the last half a block, I saw Model Y. We have this Model 3. We're obviously in the X. There's another Y over there. There's another Y over there. There's another Y over there. I think we actually just saw like 10 Model Ys.
Right. It's crazy.
Yeah, right? It's ridiculous.
They're covering the country right now. They got 8 million cars around the world. All just watching, learning.
Revel.
Yeah. Revel Model 3. Those are all contributing data. I mean, think about it. Each one of these cars in shadow mode is running the FSD model, is testing things.
Right.
Is sending up footage.
Has to be.
And they're learning. Waymo is nowhere to be seen here yet. They'll probably try and come here eventually. Right now, they're not even gathering the data.
You could fully.
And this is a huge market.
You could fully deploy this without a driver in New York. Now, would I do it like from a liability standpoint? No. But we did just probably take the most unusual, complicated route. Like,
give it a couple versions.
The car could have done it.
Yeah. Give it a couple versions and they'll be ready for driverless in New York City.
Yeah. Now the question is, will the regulation allow it?
Yeah. I mean, New York City rideshare regulation obviously it's a whole different animal, but
this is a tough left.
I think once the technology can do it, there's a cyclist here in the middle of the road, there's a bus, there's a cab.
And it's two-way, going both ways.
Yeah,
and
so
here,
we're following the cyclist through now.
Oh, look at this person running across the street.
And then there's a person running across. Then there's a homeless guy. Boom.
Oh my God.
Finishing off strong. And you know, okay, now the cyclist is going around this truck. It waits for that.
Yeah. Could we Could we capture better footage, literally?
Yeah. I mean, this Manhattan just hands it to you on a silver platter, this great footage. But you know, the thing is, this city's so crazy, but it's also got to be the #1 rideshare market in the country.
Absolutely.
There's probably more rideshare rides happening here than anywhere. And I mean, there's just more people here than any other city in the United States. So if you really want to be in rideshare or autonomous cars in a serious way, you have to be here.
Yeah.
And there's no self-driving cars here.
Right.
Except for Tesla.
Yeah, they need to solve the issue with New York, which is that people are so impatient for stupidity from the full self-driving cars, right? Like in other cities, you can just drive around the Waymo that's stuck for the most part.
Right.
But when it's like you're stuck in one lane downtown and the Waymo is stuck, the whole street is blocked.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Like there's no option. So you really, really have to figure out, it has to have like a we can get out of anything mode.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll make it here eventually.
Totally.
But it's that.
There's a massive
It's
market.
a whole different beast, yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. The market for this is so huge. The number of cars driving around in the city is astronomical. And that's not even considering the fact that we barely left Manhattan. You're not considering all of the fact that a huge portion of the rideshare rides in New York are people heading to and from the airport and sitting in the back of old Toyota Camrys that have no air conditioning. Like, that's no fun. All right, I don't know if I put this. I think I put this in the middle of the. I put it in the middle of the intersection here. So,
I mean, it did every one of our destinations without a single intervention.
Yeah.
2 accelerator presses.
It's crazy.
That's about it.
I think that's as good as we're gonna get. I'm gonna just let it drive and see if it goes straight, and then let's just see what it does. Yeah, there it goes. Aimlessly driving now.
Well, thanks for the ride, man. It was so good to meet you.
Yeah, it's good to meet you too. And you know, I'm glad we got to do the video. And
yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. Go edit it quick.
Yeah, I'm going to. And like and subscribe, guys. Thanks. Have a good night.